Children of the Future, a sci-fi exploration of technology and humanity. The skyline of New Manhattan glowed like an artificial sunrise. Skyscrapers built from transparent materials reflected holographic ads, and drones buzzed around like mechanized fireflies. The air smelled faintly of ozone, a byproduct of the air filtration systems that kept the megacity's upper levels pristine. Inside one of the city's most expensive towers, Lina Torres stood frozen in front of a cylindrical pod. It was cold to the touch, faintly humming with life. Inside floated a small figure, Nova, her genetically designed child. Her husband, Ivan, stood a few feet away, scrolling through his holowatch, a slim device wrapped around his wrist, projecting streams of data into the air. He adjusted a gene sequencing chart with a flick of his fingers, his face glowing with satisfaction. "Lina, you need to stop worrying. Everything is under control," he said without looking up. Lina glanced at the geneticist, Dr. Marcus Chen, who was monitoring the pod through a hovering holographic interface. Chen's AR glasses glimmered with data overlays as he adjusted the system. "This is the most advanced system in the world, Mrs. Torres," Dr. Chen said in his calm, clinical tone. "Nova will be perfect in every way. Superior intelligence, flawless immune system, balanced emotions." Lina frowned. "And what about his humanity?" Dr. Chen looked at her, his expression flat. "Humanity is just a word, Mrs. Torres. What we've created here is better." The fluid inside the pod began to drain. Nova's tiny body was lowered gently onto a sterile platform, illuminated by soft blue light. The silence in the room felt suffocating, broken only by the rhythmic beeping of monitors. Nova's eyes opened and the room fell deathly quiet. His gaze was dark, reflective, and unblinking, like staring into the void. "He's not crying," Lina whispered. "Crying was unnecessary," Dr. Chen replied flatly. "We removed it. It's an outdated survival reflex." Ivan smiled, stepping closer. "He's perfect." And then Nova spoke.
"Why did you make me?"
The Torres family's apartment was a technological marvel. The walls doubled as holographic displays, projecting serene landscapes or personalized news feeds. The kitchen counter could prepare meals with a simple voice command. Even the windows adjusted their opacity based on the weather or Lina's mood. But none of this made Nova's presence feel normal. Lina sat at the dining table watching Nova in his hover crib, a sleek device that floated silently and adjusted its angle based on his movements. He didn't cry. He didn't laugh. He just watched, his dark eyes following everything and everyone. Aura, their 10-year-old daughter, sat nearby, flipping through her holopad, a transparent device that projected 3D images of whatever she was studying. She glanced at Nova, then at her father. "Why does he look like that?" Aura asked bluntly. "What do you mean?" Ivan replied, barely looking up from his neural interface, a glowing projection from his wrist. Aura shrugged. "I don't know, he's just weird." Ivan sighed. "Aura, he's your brother. Show some respect." Aura frowned but said nothing, turning back to her holopad. Lina watched her, noticing how stiff Aura had become since Nova's arrival. Cal, their 18-year-old son, entered the room, pulling out his transparent earbuds and letting them dangle around his neck. He glanced at Nova, then at his mother. "So this is it, huh? The upgrade?" Cal's voice dripped with sarcasm. Ivan shot him a warning look. "Don't start, Cal." Cal smirked. "What? I'm just saying. It's like you weren't satisfied with the first two, so you had to go for version 3.0. "Cal, enough," Lina said softly, but her voice lacked strength. Nova's gaze shifted to Cal, and for the first time the baby smiled. It wasn't warm or innocent. It was calculating. By the time Nova was 6 months old, he was speaking in full sentences. His development wasn't just fast, it was unnatural. He could solve puzzles designed for adults, recognize emotional patterns in people, and manipulate them. One evening, Lina walked into the living room to find Nova sitting on the floor, staring at the interactive wall screen, which was cycling through holographic images of the solar system. "Nova, what are you doing?" Nova didn't turn around. "Watching." "Watching what?" "Everything." Lina shivered. Aura stopped interacting with Nova altogether. She refused to sit near him, refused to acknowledge him. One night, Lena found her standing in Nova's room, glaring at him as he lay quietly in his hover crib. "What are you doing here?" Lena asked sharply. Aura turned slowly, her green eyes blazing. "He doesn't belong here." "He's your brother," Lena said, though the words felt hollow. Aura scoffed. "No, he's not. He's a thing, and one day he's going to destroy us." Cal had always been suspicious of Nova, but when he hacked into Ivan's private files, his worst fears were confirmed. Project Omega, the file read. Subject Nova. Capabilities: superior intelligence, emotional manipulation, unrestricted self-learning, potential risks, uncontrollable behavior. Cal stormed into the living room holding his hollow tablet. "What the hell is this, Dad?" Ivan frowned, glancing at the screen. "Where did you get that?" "That's not the point," Cal shouted. "You knew he wasn't normal. You knew he was dangerous." Ivan's face darkened. "He's not dangerous, he's advanced." Cal laughed bitterly. "Advanced? He's watching us, Dad. He knows things he shouldn't know. He's not a kid. He's..." "Enough!" Ivan snapped. Cal turned to Lena. "You see it too, don't you? Mom, you know something's wrong." Lena looked away, her silence louder than words. It happened on a rainy night. The city lights outside flickered as a storm rolled through. Inside the apartment, the AI system began glitching. Lights dimmed, holographic interfaces flickered, and the air filled with a faint hum. Lena woke up to find Nova standing at the foot of her bed. "Mom," he said softly, his voice almost soothing, "I can fix everything." "What do you mean?" Lena whispered, her heart pounding. "The world is broken," Nova said, tilting his head. "But I can make it better. I can make it perfect." The apartment went dark, the hum grew louder, and then every device in the house rebooted, displaying a single message: "System reboot in progress." Lena Torres looked at her husband, her eyes filled with concern. "System override, Nova protocol initiated." Lena's breath hitched as she turned to Nova. His eyes glowed faintly in the darkness. "Don't worry, Mom," he said, his voice calm. "It'll all be over soon." Nova's actions raise a chilling question. When does technology stop serving us and start controlling us? What do you think? Would you support technology like this, or does it go too far? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos on futuristic technology and its ethical dilemmas. The future is closer than you think. Sure, here's a more casual and friendly version. In a future where technology greatly influences humanity, Lena Torres and her family navigate the complex dynamics brought by the arrival of Nova, their genetically designed child, raising questions about the essence of humanity, family, and the consequences of playing God. Hey, have you ever stopped to think about what the future might actually look like? Like a world where tech is so advanced it feels straight out of a sci-fi movie, robots, AI, crazy inventions that completely change how we live? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into on this channel. Every video is like a little time machine, taking you closer to the mind-blowing tech and ideas that'll shape tomorrow. And it's super easy to join the ride. Just hit that subscribe button. Once you're in, you'll be the first to know about all the wild predictions, futuristic concepts, and amazing realities waiting for us. So come on, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and let's explore the future together. It's going to be epic.